Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns. Today we're looking at the Tokyo Marui, and this is the VSR-10. It's the Pro Sniper Rifle. It is a spring airsoft bolt action rifle, and we do sell this one in our Canada Replica Airgun store, so check it out over at replicaairguns.ca. And this is not the clone version, this is the real deal. This is the Tokyo Marui version. There are lots of clones out there, but they're not going to be as good. They will be cheaper. This is a little bit more pricey product, but this one is more compatible with all the accessories, and there's a ton of accessories and different modifications you can do for this gun. So be aware of that. If you do have this version, all that stuff's going to work a little bit better. So let's talk about some of the specifications real quick. We'll use my cheat sheet. And this is the tabletop video. I'm not on my table because this is just too big of a gun, too long of a gun to put on my table. You'd only be able to see a little bit of it at a time. So I'll try and kind of bring it in every once in a while to show stuff, but for the most part, you're gonna be looking at me. All right, so it is a bolt action, spring operated rifle. It does have high strength polymer receivers. So all of this receiver area stock is polymer, okay? It does obviously shoot 6mm plastic airsoft BBs, and so you're probably going to want to shoot a little bit heavier ones, but when you're using the .20 gram, you should get around 366 FPS. This does have the stronger spring in it that comes with a more powerful spring right out of the factory, and it does come with a lighter spring as well that you can swap out if you do want it lighter, but why would you? And 30 rounds in the magazine. We'll take that out and I'll show you later on. It weighs 4.6 pounds or 2,090 grams. It's 42 inches or 42.3 inches total length, which is 107.5 centimeters. It has a 17-inch barrel, which is 43 centimeters. And of course, it's non-rifled. This gun also has a metal barrel and bolt, okay? That's the only metal you're really going to find, maybe some metal internal parts in the trigger group and whatnot. It does have a nice rubber butt plate or butt stock plate here. And it does come with, again, that lighter spring if you want to put that in there. I'll show you what comes in the packaging in a second here. You can put an optional plate for a scope on top of this, but it does come with open sights that are adjustable. I wouldn't call them iron sights because they're more like plastic sights. You can put on a mock suppressor. You can unscrew this little barrel tip here. It does come with a tool, and you can put a mock suppressor on there. I don't think I'd want to do that, but you could if you want to. And it is also available in a desert tan version, although right now at the time of this video, that one's not in stock. Again, it's made by Tokyo Marui in Japan, okay? All right, this is it. It's just your standard sniper bolt action rifle, pretty plain, but you know what? It gets the job done for sure. Other people that have tested this, I haven't done the field test shooting video, and I will do that shortly, but other people that have tested it, show that it can really out of the box perform very well, super accurate, so that's going for it. This is the ASG, I believe this is the AW308, and this is the bolt action sniper rifle here. I have reviewed this one from ASG. Out of the box, I don't know if it was the ammo I was using or not, but it wasn't performing stellar for me. Sometimes you have to play around with airsoft BBs and find the right fit, the right weight, different things like that, which ones will work for it. I believe when I shot this gun, I just sort of grabbed some medium to light grain airsoft BBs. It was a while back and just had to go with it, and it did okay, but it could have performed a lot better. Again, some tuning, some adjustment of the hop, choosing better ammunition can make a world of difference with these guns, but you can check out that video review. That's obviously, this one's a lot more pimped out, a lot more going on with it. It's got a lot more add-ons and everything, but you can obviously add more to this one as well. Okay, so let's take a look at what came in the box real quick here and take a look at the box itself. So here's the box, and you can see here, this one says upgraded to shoot 366 FPS. That is for our Canadian import, okay? Not too much going on here on the box, really. It's just your basic information. Most of it's in another language that I cannot read. So we'll put that away for now. We don't need that. Here's that spring I spoke of. Okay, so you do get another spring. Probably a little hard to see that. Just a spring for the internal bolt. You do get this little tip thing here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but you can see it now. Now I need to probably use a little more force, but you can unscrew this tip and put basically a thread adjustment or a thread attachment, so you can put a mock suppressor on there. You do get some tools. These are Allen keys. One is for the bottom if you want to take the gun apart, and one is for the actual sights. So it comes with that. It did come with a really chintzy amount of BBs, and they were kind of loose in a little, there was a box inside the box, and these were loose in there. So as soon as I pulled that box away from the packaging, all these BBs went everywhere. But it does come with some kind of beige colored Airsoft BBs. And of course, well, there's another thing, other things that comes with some targets. And then of course, the manual. Let's just put this here for a second. And a lot of this is in Japanese or something, but there is some English throughout it that you can kind of figure out what they're trying to say here and here. And get, you know, a lot of good pictures and whatnot, but the manual will help you out. It's definitely worth taking a look at for sure. All right, so again, I haven't done the field test shooting video yet, but we're gonna do it for sure. This gun's worthy of a field test shooting video. Get that straightened out. This one's for sure worth a field test shooting video, no doubt. And but again, like I said, the videos that I've watched, I generally will watch some videos on these guns before I review them, just to get an idea, see what other people are talking about or saying about them. And yeah, the shooting videos, really, really good performance in general, right out of the box, okay? So let's go into some not the pros and cons yet. I do want to talk about a couple. Let's do the walk around. That would be the best thing to do now. And I can kind of show you some of this stuff. Let's start with this hop up here is adjustable right there. Super easy. You just push this forward for more pop up. I can't really get my finger on there, but you move this back and forth. You can do that in the field. Okay, so there's your sights. You can see they're fully adjustable for windage and elevation. Okay. And there's the front sight. Now this front sight, by the way, is just double taped on because you can pull it off fairly easy if you want to put a scope on there and if the sight's in the way. I don't think it would be in the way, to be honest. You might see it a little bit in your scope, but usually if you're focusing past stuff, you'll be fine. I'll turn it around to see the bolt, but here's your trigger, okay? Really nice light trigger. I'll work it for you in a bit. You do have a nice rubber butt plate on here. There we go. You can kind of see that one was tough to focus. Okay, let's spin it around. All right, here's your bolt, and there's your safety. Okay, you can see here the paint's kind of worn off there because I keep not quite engaging the bolt all the way. And if you don't pull it all the way past it and try to bring it down, you'll scratch that. So be careful. You could touch it up, I'm sure. All right, so let's just work it real quick. Okay, there it is. That's got to go all the way forward. Okay, really nice light trigger. See how that didn't lock in? And it just scrapes the paint off. So you got to be careful. Maybe because it's got the heavier spring, you got to really make sure you bring it all the way forward and down. If you just miss it a little bit, it's going to knock some paint off of that little spot and pull the safety back. So just a little tip there. I mean, it just takes a bit of getting used to, but one really good scrape and you're knocking the paint off of there. See if you can see that. Okay, you can see how the paint kind of came off there just a little bit. All right, nice gun though. I mean, I'm really looking forward to shooting this gun because, well, that's what it's all about, right? Sniper rifles are designed to be shot. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take this one outside. The C-can's only 30 feet. So, you know, 30 feet's not a lot, and really I'm not gonna get good performance. I like to shoot it at, you know, maybe as far as 100 feet. We'll see, I'll play around with it first before I make my video and see if I can get some Airsoft BBs on a target at different ranges and what range this gun feels comfortable to me with the open sights. And maybe after I play around with the hop up a little bit, I'll see what I can do with it. So that's the plan. All right, let's go over some of the pros and the cons and finish up this review. All right. So, it's not a clone, so all the aftermarket parts, they're gonna work a lot better. They're all gonna fit no problem. Not gonna have any issues with those parts, and you can get tons of stuff for this gun. Springs, trigger groups, you can, I mean, you name it. You can get like this mock suppressors, you can get different bolts. I mean, everything's pretty much upgradable for this gun. All right, I don't even know if you really need to upgrade it, but you can if you want. Of course, you don't need any CO2 or batteries because it's spring powered. You just gotta work that bolt, and all you need is Airsoft BBs, and you're ready to go. Expect excellent accuracy at most ranges out of the box. So again, I haven't actually tested it myself, but all the other tests are showing that it's super accurate out of the box. Has that easy to adjust on the field hop up that you can just move the slider back and forth to adjust. So maybe you wanna use that at different ranges. If you're shooting different ranges, you can adjust it on the fly. Super easy to operate bolt. With the regular spring in this, guys are just using their pinky to operate it, and they're still getting decent power with that spring. Again, this has got the heavier spring, so it's a little bit tighter, a little tougher to work, but not that hard. Just make sure it goes all the way forward if you don't want to scratch up that little bit there on your bolt area. All right, and again, this one does come with the more powerful spring, the heavier duty spring than the standard version. It does come with an integrated, fully adjustable sights that does come with those keys so you can adjust them. Little Allen key and adjust for windage and elevation. Now, there is no need for a scope because of that, but if you do want to put a scope on here, you will have to buy a scope mount, which this doesn't come with. So you have to buy the aftermarket scope mount before you can put a scope on here. Just keep that in mind. I didn't mention it also that there are sling mounts on the front and the back for sling. So these little areas you can put a pin through there and put a sling on there. This also allows for a bipod, which is nice. You can put those sling mount bipods, and that's exactly what I have going on here. Is a sling mount bipod on the front of that one. I'm pretty sure that's what I got going on there. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And yeah, so some cons, not a lot, but it doesn't come with that scope plate, so you will need to allow for purchasing that. And I don't even think we have it right now, so you're gonna have to acquire that if you wanna put a scope on it. Something we should probably get in stock are those scope mount plates, because I'm sure a lot of you are gonna wanna do that. The front sight again is taped, so kind of interesting. I mean, you'd think that if you could pull this barrel out, there'd be some way to get at that, but no, their solution is just to tape this on there. Now, it seems like it's really on there, so whatever double-sided tape they're using, it's good, but if you do knock it off, you're gonna have to be prepared to make sure it's lined up properly and taped on there again, or you might wanna use glue or something. But if you do plan on putting a scope on it, it's not gonna matter. You can remove that completely. Now the cost is high on this gun than most other sniper rifles out there, just because it's sort of it's the gold standard, I guess you'd say. It's the one that the other airsoft rifles like this, the clones, are made to copy. And so the gold standard, the real deal, is always going to be more money, but it's always going to be better than the clones, right? You're going to have hit and miss results with the clones for sure. All right, again, this gun is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store over at replicairguns.ca. So if you're interested in buying it, I'll put links in the description. We don't have it at this time in our US store, but we do have other sniper rifles in our US store over at replicairguns.us. Of course, we have all sorts of different products in both of those stores. Airsoft guns, pellet guns, BB guns, blank guns, you name it, accessories, all kinds of stuff, right? So check out those stores at replicairguns.ca and replicairguns.us. All right, I want to thank you for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.